takes at least 6 weeks to heal, and we'll see how he goes tonight. For the Oakland A's, they've lost 4 in a row, 6 of the last 7. They've only won 1 of 7 meetings against National League teams, and they find themselves in 4th place, 9 games back of Texas. So leading off, Adam Kennedy, the left-hand hitting second baseman. Into the windup goes Kuroda, fastball on the corner for a strike, and the count 0-1. Kennedy hitting .309, 5 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Solid ball player. You may remember played with the Angels and bounced around a bit. Hooks one down the right field line, just fair, inside the chalk, rolling into the corner. By the time it is picked up by Ethier, into second base goes Adam Kennedy with a leadoff double. So Kennedy hits one where there's no one to field it, which reminds us to set the Dodgers defensively for you. Pierre, Kemp, and Ethier in the outfield. Blake Furcal, Hudson, and Loney on the infield. And the battery of Kuroda and Martin. So the leadoff double by Adam Kennedy. The batter will be Jack Cust. Kennedy last night led off with a single, but the A's left him and proceeded to leave 5 in the first 3 innings. So Jack Cust, strong left-hand hitter, 11 home runs, but pays the price by striking out a lot. And Jack fouls it away off to the left upstairs, and the count 0-1. The Dodgers, as they usually do against a left-handed pull hitter, load up the right side of the infield against the boy from New Jersey. Jack last year paid the price. He had a pretty good year with home runs. He had 33, but he also struck out 197 times. Cust a little late on a good fastball at 90, and the count 0-2. Cust is 6'1" and 230, and he's 30 years old. Originally a first-round pick by the Diamondbacks. As a younger brother drafted by the Braves a few years ago out of Seton Hall. 0-2 the count to Jack. Kuroda at the belt. Hiroki another look back at Kennedy. Now the pitch is down and dirty, blocked nicely by Martin. 1 ball and 2 strikes. With a runner at second base and you load up the right side of the infield, the third baseman, no matter who it is not only alone, but he has to really keep an eye on the base running. Though for Casey Blake, wide of the bag and deep, Adam Kennedy can take a pretty good lead, but for Call in the second base role is very close to holding him on. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Cust. Jack swings and fouls it away. Kennedy, by the way, has stolen 6 out of 9. The A's do not do a lot of base stealing. They have 32 stolen bases as a team. For Bob Guerin, his problem really has been offense. He has some brilliant young pitchers. We might see a fellow on the brilliant side tonight in Trevor Cahill, who's only 21 years old. 1-2 the count to Jack Cust. On deck, Matt Holliday. Kuroda ready, Hiroki over the top, and it goes right between the legs of Martin all the way to the backstop, and down to third goes Adam Kennedy. So Kuroda obviously trying to get the ball down, and it will be a wild pitch. For Kuroda, by the way, that would be his 4th wild pitch. He just bounced it. A backhanded attempt by Martin, but the ball did not come up for him. It went right between the legs of the plate umpire, Adrian Johnson. Kennedy at third on the wild pitch. Nobody out, and a 2-2 count to Jack Cust. Kuroda set at the belt. Hiroki another look over at Kennedy. Now the pitch to Cust, swung on and fouled back. For the Dodgers, rolling along in high gear. They're right starting. This would be game 5 of a 15-game stretch against the American League. They've won 3 of the first 4, but they're still only 4-3 in interleague play overall. 2-2 the count to Jack Cust with Kennedy at third and nobody out. Just the start of the ball game on a glorious evening. 70 degrees here in Los Angeles. 2-2 pitch coming up, and Kuroda delivers, and it is swung on and missed. So Jack Cust, like the little girl with the curl, when he is good, he is very, very good. And he also strikes out a lot. as Cust goes down swinging on a pitch up and out over the plate. For Jack, that would mark the 61st time that he has struck out this year. So one away, and here's Matt Holliday, who has given Hiroki Kuroda a bad time in the past. Holliday, when he was wearing Colorado uniform, was 5 for 8 against Kuroda. That would be a .625 batting average. And Kuroda delivers fastball, but he misses inside, ball 1. So Big Matt, who may or may not last the year with Oakland. There are a lot of people interested in him. The A's are struggling, not going to be involved in postseason play. And there are rumors that Holliday could very well be on the block. The 1-0 pitch, Matt swings right through it, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Holliday, outstanding athlete. In fact, out of Stillwater, Oklahoma, I think his name was Legend. He was rated the second best high school quarterback in the country about 10-12 years ago. He's 6'4", 235, checking in at 29 years of age. 1-1 pitch, and Holliday takes up an inside, ball 2, 2-1 the count. Tonight marks the second night of Heroes Week. We'll continue through tomorrow. This evening, Firefighter Appreciation Night, and the team will salute more than 3,500 uniformed personnel. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way, swung on and fouled off. So Holliday hanging tough, hitting .275. Matt with 8 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Really started back in 1999 in Asheville. Nothing really sensational about him at the beginning, but then he really found himself, and by 2004 he was with the Rockies. 2-2 to Matt Holliday. Kennedy at third. 1 out, no score. Kuroda delivers very high up around the eyes. 3-2 to Holliday, who stands 6'4". So that was a high pitch. So Hiroki looking ahead. Jason Giambi will be on deck, left-hand batter. Holliday waits, and the 3-2 pitch on the way. Hiroki deals, ground ball to short. That'll get the run in. Furcal fires across to first for the out, and just like that, the A's are on the board and lead 1-0. Matt Holliday, a hard ground ball to short to pick up the ribby, and the batter now will be Jason Giambi. So even when Holliday makes out against Kuroda, he still picks up a run batted in. Jason Giambi started off slowly last night and finished slow. He struck out twice, and his last at bat he struck out, but in between he had a double and a 3-run home run. So Jason, who came here with the Oakland A's way back in 2000, is the only player from the group of 50 back then still playing. Pulls one foul outside of first, and quickly Kuroda has the count his way. 0-2 to Jason Giambi. So Jason backs out for the moment. Big left-hand batter. Had a marvelous career. The 0-2 pitch on the way is a big chopper to first. Loney will take it to the bag, and that will be that. However, the leadoff double and the wild pitch sets in, and Kuroda walks off with the A's leading 1-0. With the Dodger lineup trying to get it back. It'll be Juan Pierre leading off in left field. Rafael Furcal at short. Orlando Hudson at second. And James Loney hits cleanup at first base. Casey Blake will be at third. Andre Ethier in right field. Matt Kemp in center. Russell Martin batting eighth behind the plate. And Hiroki Kuroda. On the mound for the Oakland A's, a wunderkind, 21 years old, Trevor Cahill out of San Diego. Went to Vista High School down there. He was the A's #2 pick back in 2006. He was a shortstop for a couple of years, and before they signed him, he had thrown only 19 innings, so obviously an impressive arm. He's also an impressive young student. He graduated from high school with a 4.6 grade point average. His first pitch to Pierre is a strike, and the count 0-1. He committed to go to Dartmouth, but ended up signing with the A's. So Trevor Cahill ready and deals, and Pierre fights it off and fouls it off to the left. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Juan Pierre hitting .333, more than holding his own in left field, and with 21 runs batted in. He also brings a lot to the dance. He has stolen 16 out of 20. And he takes a breaking ball that dips in for a strike, and that'll do it for Pierre. Let's take a look at the A's now. Defensively, behind Cahill, Holiday, Davis, and Cust in the outfield, and the infield of Hanahan, Cabrera, Kennedy, and Giambi, the battery of Cahill and Suzuki. So one away in the first inning, and the batter is Rafael Furcal, hitting .247, 2 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Furcal led off the 8th inning last night with a double, and the Dodgers rallied to tie it up, and then they went on to win it in the 10th. As he usually does, he ran up in the box, took a look, and it's a strike, and the count 0-1. With Cahill, you figure to see a lot of sinkers, and there's one in for a strike, and the count 0-2. He'll get a lot of ground balls. He also throws a knuckle curveball, a true slider, and a very good changeup. The strike 2 pitch on the way is fouled off to the left, out of play. Also, Kurt Suzuki does a very good job of handling him behind the plate, mixing up changeups, curveballs later in the game. So it's interesting to watch a 21-year-old heave a sigh on the mound, and the strike 2 pitch on the way is a sinker down and away. He's certainly big enough. Young Trevor is 6'3" and at least 195. He was the minor league pitcher of the year in 07 and 08 for the A's. He works inside to Furcal. 2-2 the count. Cahill has 34 strikeouts in 73 innings. 2-2 pitch on the way is swung on, ground ball to Giambi. He'll go to the bag ahead of Furcal. And we have 2 down here in the first inning, and the batter will be Orlando Hudson.
Second baseman, number 13, Orlando Hudson.
For Trevor Cahill, he was going to be a first-round pick a couple of years ago, but he had a strep throat. That led to a couple of poor outings just before the draft, wouldn't you know? So he dropped to round 2. Then in 07 he had a viral infection. He lost weight, but he's put the 20 pounds back on. And he also strained his rib cage as he delivers a strike to Orlando Hudson. He strained his rib cage during the Olympics and was shut down after that. 21 years old, and he was 21 in March. Strike 1 pitch on the way, and that's taken off the plate up, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Orlando batting .311, 4 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Cahill works that away, ball 2. By the way, Jonathan Broxton, who came in last night, made 10 pitches, shut down the 9th inning, but he is not available tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Hudson, and that's high, ball 3. Jonathan has a painful big toe. That would be the push-off toe. He got a cortisone shot. He's fine, but he is not available for tonight. 3-1 pitch in for a strike. 3-2. Cahill works in a hurry, but now he slows the pace down, goes back on the grass behind the mound. Youngsters usually have no time at all. They're always in a hurry. And the 3-2 pitch on the way, swung on and foul back. Cahill hits 90 on the gun. Made the stops. 06, then to Kane County, Stockton, Midland, and finally this year with the A's. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Trevor delivers low and inside, ball 4. So he kept working Hudson away, tried to come back in and got it down and in too far. So the 2-out walk to Orlando Hudson will bring up James Loney.
First baseman, number
Loney
7,
last night
James Loney.
had one hit, a double. It was interesting, the back-to-back doubles the Dodgers had last night against Dallas Braden. Casey Blake hit a changeup for a double to left center. Then Loney came up, got a fastball at the knees, and he doubled to right center. Later on, in the 10th inning, Loney hit into a disputed double play. Originally called safe at first, an argument, and eventually, in looking at the tape, it certainly looked like Jambi had tagged him out. So James hitting .284, 2 home runs, 44 runs batted in, and the pitch is low. On deck, Casey Blake. Trevor Cahill has not faced the Dodgers, so no experience on either side right now. And I guess if you have a slight edge, it would be to the pitcher. 1 ball and no strikes. Loney now takes one off the plate. 2-0 the count. We mentioned earlier that Cahill has 34 strikeouts, but he also has 29 walks, so he's fighting it. 2-0 the count. Cahill at the belt, ready, and comes back 2-0 and misses again outside, ball 3. Interesting, in his previous 8 starts, he had walked just 10 batters. Now he has walked Hudson, and he's behind 3-0 to Loney. He's allowed 3 runs or less in each of his last 5 starts, and he misses badly this time for ball 4. So with 2 out, back-to-back walks to Hudson and Loney, and that'll bring up Casey Blake. Casey Blake, typically last night, doubled in a run in the 6th inning, singled in a run in the 8th inning, then hit the ground ball. Looked like an easy out, especially if you're Orlando Cabrera and you've already won 2 gold gloves in your career. And Cabrera just kicked it, plain dropped it, couldn't make the play, and that turned out to set the stage and allow Kemp to come up and get the game-winning base hit. So 2 on, 2 out, and the first pitch down and away, ball 1. So Cahill all of a sudden struggling. It almost automatically goes to being 21 years old. He heaves a big sigh. 1-0 to Casey Blake. And the pitch of the Dodger third baseman is way outside. Backhanded by Suzuki. 2-0 the count. Almost a wild pitch. So the A's lead 1-0. And Kurt Young said, wait a minute. Kurt Young was with the 1988 champion Oakland A's, and he was on the Dodger mound in Game 2 of the World Series. He pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit and nothing else. That was the game when Oral Hershiser shut down the A's 6-0. So for Kurt Young, after 21 years, he goes back to the mound at Dodger Stadium to impart some wisdom last night to young Dallas Braden, and tonight to even younger Trevor Cahill. 2-0 the count to Casey Blake. Blake hitting .302, 10 home runs, 41 runs batted in, and he finds Hudson at second, Loney at first. The A's lead 1-0 here in the first inning. Cahill at the belt, checks, ready, and deals. Fastball sinks too low. So the Dodgers are making him come up. They are not going after the sinker that starts somewhere around the knees, but then drops out of the strike zone. 3-0 the count to Casey Blake. On deck, Andre Ethier. The next one is too low. So after striking out Pierre, after getting for Paul to ground out, young Cahill has walked the house. And Hudson is at third, Loney is at second, Blake is at first, and the former Oakland A's property, Andre Ethier, coming up. Last night, Ethier went 0 for 3 with a walk against his minor league roommate when they were both in the A's organization, Dallas Braden. They roomed together on the road. Now, Andre hitting .266, checking in against Trevor Cahill. 1-0 Oakland, and Ethier is almost hit by their first pitch on the left knee. 1 ball and no strikes. So Cahill has just gone wild. Kurt Young went out once to try and calm him down. Another heaving sigh from the 21-year-old as he squints in, set at the belt. And with the bases loaded, the 1-0 pitch, Ethier takes off speed inside, ball 2. Breaking ball in the high 70s. Bob Guerin, who is from San Diego, so he has extra interest in Trevor Cahill. Guerin at one time played with the Padres. 2-0 the count. Cahill is desperate for a strike, and the next sinker is low, ball 3. Oh, to be 21 and walk 3 in a row and fall behind 3-0 to the 4th hitter. Jason Giambi going in, and I'm sure saying slow down and trust your stuff. Suzuki is out there talking to him. He has now missed the strike zone, believe it or not, 12 consecutive pitches. And there isn't a darn thing they can do about it in the dugout but sweat him out. So 3-0 to count, right on the edge of walking 4 in a row. The 1-0 Oakland lead in jeopardy here. Ethier waiting. Cahill from a stretch. And the 3-0 fastball is a strike. So after 12 in a row, he finally gets a strike. And the count 3-1. On deck, last night's hero, Matt Kemp. Cahill at the belt. Checks, ready in the 3-1 pitch. And Ethier swings and pops it up. Coming down the line is the third baseman Hanahan, and he makes the catch halfway between the mound and home plate. So Andre Ethier pops it up. The Dodgers lead 3, and at the end of an inning, 1-0 Oakland. One-year-old Trevor Cahill, who just did get out of the first inning. He made 29 pitches, 12 balls in a row, and 17 all told. Kuroda now working to Suzuki, and the pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. The Suzuki, the young catcher, hitting .274. 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in from Wailuku, and promptly whacks one foul down the left field line. Wailuku in Hawaii, on the island of Maui, as they say over there, Maui no ka oi. Maui is the best. And he wears a puka shell necklace, just to remind you. And he can hang 10, I'm sure, with the best of them. Suzuki, right-hand batter. 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in, and he strokes one in the air to right center, and Kemp over the hole again. And just like that, one away. 1-0 Oakland. Adam Kennedy led off with a double, a wild pitch, and Matt Holliday's ground ball got him in. We were touched by heroes that were saluted tonight, second night of Heroes Week. Firefighters Appreciation Night, saluting more than 3,500 uniformed personnel. If you have ever been in a fire, you can understand what a tremendous job they do. And talking about tremendous job, James Loney backhands a line drive by Orlando Cabrera, and just like that, 2 down in the second inning. Not to tell you any stories, but I was in one fire where I wound up in a room. The ceiling and all the walls were on fire. Only the floor was not. Just for a little while. Absolutely terrifying. And they do it day in and day out. Jack Hanahan rolls one foul outside of first. Sounded like he might have cracked the bat. He's testing it and looking at it. It did have a celery stalk sound to it. So Hanahan, a fine fielding third baseman, like so many others, a question will he hit. He's batting .222 with a home run and 8 runs batted in from Minnesota, and he takes outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jack was originally a 3rd-round pick by the Tigers out of the University of Minnesota. Baseball and football star at high school. Swings right through one, and the count goes 1-2. Jack is well put together at 6'2", 205-pounder. He was a Big Ten Conference Player of the Year. Then he was tournament MVP in the league championship, and the Tigers got him. And he swings and fouls it, and his bat goes all the way into the stand. Wow. The Hanahan really let that thing fly. Just thinking, he's from Minnesota, and perhaps you're not old enough to remember, but the Minnesota Twins had a player who would do that quite often, not once a year, but I mean a lot of at-bats, and he was a marvelous hitter by the name of Tony Oliva. And if you're old enough to remember Tony, you remember they used to talk about how he should have handcuffs to his wrist and to the bat so he couldn't throw him in the stands. The shades of Minnesota and Tony Oliva. 1-2 the count to Hanahan. Here comes Kuroda, and the pitch is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hanahan facing Kuroda. 1-0 Oakland. Second inning, 2 out, bases empty. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Jack. And Kuroda deal, swung on, fly ball to right field, very playable. In and over to his left comes Ethier, and that'll be that. So a 1-2-3 inning thanks to that stab by Loney at the end of an inning and a half. 1-0 A's. Dodgers. Not much green around, understandably so, to represent Oakland. And as we go to the second inning, it'll be last night's hero, Matt Kemp, followed by Russell Martin and then Hiroki Kuroda. Kemp last evening had a double and 2 singles plus an intentional walk. He was on base 3 times and takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. So Matt hitting .315, 8 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Hitting back of him, Russell Martin. A strike 1 pitch, check swing. They look at first, no swing, says Jim Joyce. And we have a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Matt Kemp last night doubled, walked, singled in a big run, and then singled in the winner. And the 1-1 pitch on the way. Matt grounds it foul outside of third down the line. Tomorrow night, the concluding game of the series, Vin Mazzaro and Randy Wolf. When you talk about Oakland pitching, they always talk about 3 youngsters, Trevor Cahill, Vin Mazzaro, and Brent Anderson. 1-2 pitch on the way is sliced into right field. He just hit a ball inside out for that base hit. Last night, he went out and hit a line drive. That was quite a bit of hitting. And Jason Gambi muttering something to him. So Kemp does a great job of going inside out. Just sliced it. The ball may be knee high on the outside part of the plate. It's a lovely thing to watch, especially if you've ever tried to hit. So a single to right from Matt Kemp. And the batter now, Russell Martin, hitting .239. Martin has really been struggling. Of course, they all go through it. And it's what they do and how they react. He's 1 for 19 in his last 5 games, 3 for 33 in his last 9, and 4 for 40 in the month of June. That's a 100 batting average. So he is not busting out all over. Throw to first, and Matt Kemp diving back to the bag. For good reason to keep an eye on Matt. He has stolen 14 out of 16. So Kemp takes his lead. 1-0 A's, bottom of the second. Cahill at the belt. There goes Kemp. The pitch is low. Suzuki's throw is late. And so Matt Kemp has stolen another to make him 15 out of 17. Boy, he brings an awful lot to the dance. So Kemp, a single, a stolen base, and the tying run is out there with nobody out. It was a straight steal. Head down, teeth grinding, heading for the bag, not looking back to see what the hitter was doing. And Cabrera tags him on the head, but his hands were already on the bag. So Kemp now waiting for a ride home. A's lead 1-0 in the second. And Martin trying to pick him up with the pitcher, Hiroki Kuroda, on deck. Fastball sinks low and away. So Cahill now falls behind 3-0. He went through a nightmare first inning, made 29 pitches, 17 missed the strike zone, 12 consecutively, and then Ethier popped up with the bases loaded. 3-0 pitch is in for a strike, and they count 3-1. They're trying to control that sinking fastball. Throws the 2-seamer and the 4, but mostly the sinker. 3-1 to Russell Martin. Right-handed delivers, ground ball slowly to third. Hanahan at the bag makes the throw. Holding at second base is Kemp, and we have one away. You know, you can come out to Dodger Stadium to watch the Dodgers finish the series with the A's tomorrow night, and you can park free. That's right. Dodgers offering free general admission to thank their fans and honor our community heroes during Heroes Week. Buy tickets online at Dodgers.com or give us a call, 866-DODGERS today. One away, and the A's pull up the corners a little bit. Hiroki a full swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Juan Pierre on deck. Now Hanahan goes back. Giambi stays up about even with the bag. So with one out, the corner men were thinking Hiroki would still try to sacrifice. Now they're back to a normal position. The strike 1 pitch instead. Cahill a full turn and comes off the rubber, and Kemp holding at second base. 0-1 the count. 1-0 Oakland, bottom of the second inning. Dodgers leaving the bases loaded in the first inning. Cahill's next pitch down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're talking about the young pitchers that Oakland has. Trevor Cahill, Brent Anderson, a left-hander, and Vin Mazzaro, whom we will see tomorrow night. And there goes Kemp to third. The pitch is a strike. No throw. Well, Matt Kemp steals second and then promptly steals third. So he now has stolen 16 out of 18. And with a runner at third and nobody out, Kuroda just backed off on a strike. So 1-2 the count to Hiroki. So Matt Kemp, he has so much ability. Hanahan, who was first looking bunt, then backed off. And Cahill didn't really keep a steady eye on Kemp. And Cahill had his wallet picked. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kuroda. The infield is up. And the pitch swung on line drive. Knocked down by Cahill. Feeds Suzuki for the tag. And Kemp is out. A low line drive. And Cahill caught it and dropped it. Did make the play to Suzuki just in time to get Matt Kemp. So Kuroda safely aboard at first. On the field is Juan. It might have been a double play if Cahill had held on to the ball. As it is, he's able to get Kemp. It was kind of a high tag by Suzuki, a dangerous tag. He was tagging Kemp just below the belt, and Matt's foot was almost on home plate. So it was as simple as 1-2. From the pitcher, Cahill, to the catcher, Suzuki. Kemp is hung out to dry. Kuroda at first with 2 out, and the batter is Juan Pierre. Pierre struck out in the first inning. He bunts out in front of the plate, foul ball, and the count 0-1. So Matt Kemp singles to right, steals second, steals third, and then is out at the plate. Though it's still 1-0 Oakland. Juan Pierre, 6th in the league with what was a .333 batting average. When he struck out in the first inning, he lost a point. Next pitch very high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Juan waiting at the plate. He has started in every game since Ramirez was suspended, and he has more than held his own, hitting .329. The 1-1 pitch is taken a little high. Ball 2, 2-1 to Juan. Trevor Cahill at 21, struggling. We were talking about Cahill, Anderson, and Mazzaro. They all came to spring training as non-roster invitees. Meanwhile, Pierre unloads a long fly ball. Davis goes back and makes the catch just shy of the warning track, and the Dodgers lead Kuroda. And so at the end of 2, it remains Oakland 1, Dodgers 0. second and third, but was erased on a close play at the plate. So now for the A's in the third inning, Rajay Davis, then Trevor Cahill and Adam Kennedy against Hiroki Kuroda, who gave up the run when Kennedy led off the game with a double, was wild pitched to third, and scored on Matt Holliday's ground ball. Rajay Davis, at one time with the Pirates and the Giants before going to Oakland. That first name, R-A-J-A-I, pronounced Rajay, and it means king in the Sanskrit language. Right-hand hitter waiting. Kuroda ready to work to him now. And Hiroki into the windup and delivers very high. Ball 1-1-0. 2 years ago, Rajay was having a terrific time at Indianapolis. He had a 21-game hitting streak, and it was snapped. Not by a pitcher. He was called up to the majors, and he hammers one to the gap in left center. Here, watching it go over the wall, and the A's take a 2-0 lead. And for Hiroki Kuroda, that would be the second home run that he has given up this year. For Rajay Davis, that would be his first home run. He is not a home run hitter, but he did have 3 last year. For Davis, a leadoff home run. 2-0 Oakland. Pitch up about belt high right out over the plate. The kind of a pitch a major league hitter will not let go by. So 2-0 Oakland. And the batter now will be Trevor Cahill, who takes a strike, and the count 0-1. So Rajay Davis, they say, has a very contagious smile. He has a reason to smile right now. Meanwhile, Cahill up there with the count 1-1 strike. Well, Cahill, this will be his first at bat ever. And the 1-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball wide to first. It's going to go into right field. And he gets a round of applause from his teammates in the Oakland dugout. Last night, Dallas Braden, in his first at bat, sacrificed. But here now is Cahill, and he hits one just by Loney, just by the diving Orlando Hudson. That's the kind of a ground ball the players have always called a seeing eye ground ball, as if somehow it had a mind of its own and just avoided leather. So his first major league hit ever, a single to right for Trevor Cahill. They'll get the ball and put it in his trophy cabinet. And we're waiting now for Adam Kennedy. So 2-0, 3 hits for the A's. They've had a single, a double, and a home run. And now here's Kennedy, who had the double opening up the game and came around to score. Out of a stretch goes Kuroda, looks over his left shoulder. They're not going to hold Cahill, and the pitch is low, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Adam Kennedy. Adam Kennedy is certainly no stranger, certainly in these parts, even though he was a first-round pick by the Cardinals out of Cal State Northridge. He had a wonderful time for 7 years with the Angels, then a couple of years with the Cardinals, and now here he is with the A's. Check swing foul back to the screen, and the count 1-1 strike. Adam, born in Riverside, still lives there. He has been a very good hitter, hitting just under 400 against right-hand pitching. Left-handers give him fits. And with runners in scoring position, he's hit over 400 this year. The Kennedy overall batting average, .314. Kuroda ready and delivers, and Kennedy fouls this one off. Adam's father played at UC Riverside. He retired from coaching when Brian, now a catcher in the Minnesota organization, moved on to Long Beach State, and Adam was the first-round pick for the Cardinals. Kennedy waiting, 1-2 the count. Cahill short lead at first, and the 1-2 pitch on the way is taken off the plate. I would imagine that Cahill gets to first, and Todd Steverson, the first base coach, saying something like, "Don't worry, just keep making lefts out there." Steverson, by the way, a local boy, went to Culver City High School, born here in Los Angeles, and a local boy coaching at third as Kennedy lifts a fly ball to Pierre in left field. Juan makes a catch and Cahill holds. Well, one away. You know, Sunday, June 28th, join the Dodgers at the beach, Bleacher Beach. Enjoy unlimited barbecue fresh from the grill, a Dodgers floppy hat, a private beach party as you watch the Dodgers and the Mariners. To purchase tickets, visit Dodgers.com/beach or call 866-DODGERS. Over in the third base coaching box, we mentioned a local boy, Mike Gallego. Born in Whittier, lives in Yorba Linda, and went to school at UCLA. Welcome back, Mike. So here's Jack Cust. He takes off speed on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Dodgers load up the right side. Cust struck out in the first inning. Kuroda down 2-0 here in the early going. Hiroki ready. And the strike one pitch, and Cust takes way down and away. And a 1-1 strike count. So Hiroki Kuroda gave up the leadoff double to Kennedy, who scored in the first inning. The leadoff home run to Davis here in the third. And he has to contend with Cahill at first as Rajay Davis looks on. 1-1 strike. Kuroda at the belt. And Hiroki ready to deal 1-1, and he's off the plate, ball 2. When Kuroda is sharp, he is a control pitcher. You don't see him struggling trying to find the strike zone. When he was healthy and started the year, he walked 1, and he is really that kind of a pitcher. However, he's still not really himself. Last year, he averaged 2 walks per 9 innings. Hiroki delivers, and a towering fly ball to deep left center. Back goes Kemp to the wall. It is gone. Jack Cust hits one out, his 12th home run of the year. It gives him 36 runs batted in. And the A's play long ball here in the inning. And the Dodgers down 1-0 in the first inning, 2-0 to Rajay Davis, and now 4-0 on the home run by Jack Cust. Boy, he really got under that thing and lifted it high and deep to left center. That was a home run swing. Of course, for Cust, he's hit a lot of them. He hit 33 last year, hit 30 in the minors, so he's a power hitter. And for Kuroda, who had allowed just 1, he's given up 2 in 1 inning. Of course, remember last night, Ramon Troncoso had not allowed a home run, and he gave up 2 in the 8th inning last night. So the A's, who came in here with 52 home runs compared to the Dodgers 46, now have 54 thanks to Cust and a 4-0 lead. More trouble for Kuroda, no rest for the weary, because now he faces a guy who has worn him out in the past in the National League. That would be Matt Holliday. Holliday grounded sharply for Call in the first inning to pick up an RBI. To repeat, he was 5 for 8 against Kuroda when they were both in the league. And Matt takes high, ball 1. On deck, Jason Giambi. 4-0 A's. We're in the third. Dodgers with a 3-game winning streak. The A's trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. A check swing, and the pitch is off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. The A's just 1-6 against the National League, so they have a lot of reasons to pull one out tonight. 2-0 pitch on the way to Holliday, and that swung on, popped up on the right side. James Loney calling, waiting, and makes the catch. That'll be the second out. So 2 down in the third inning. And Jason Giambi, who grounded out in the first inning, will be coming up. Giambi, who is 38 years old, born in West Covina, but makes his home over in Las Vegas. He went to Cal State Long Beach, and he was signed back in 1992. Jason takes off the plate, ball 1. The A's had him a second-round pick, and it took him 3 years to get to the big leagues. This is his second tour of duty with Oakland, because Giambi, who was with the A's from 95 through 01, then went to the Yankees, and he was 7 years with the Yankees, so he played for Torrey. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Jason pops it in the air, foul behind the plate and out of play, and the count 1-2. Jason at 6'3", 230. A Fu Manchu mustache makes him a rather menacing looking figure up there. Jason, Jeremy, and Julie. They were the youngsters in the Giambi family, and there is strike 3 call to put him away. However, the A's come up with 3, and at the end of 2.5 innings, lead 4-0. Three-run third inning, and the A's lead the Dodgers 4-0. Hiroki Kuroda is pitching a dangerous game anyway. He has only had 2 ground balls, and if you keep giving up fly balls, eventually big leaguers are going to hit him out, and that's exactly what happened. And by the way, it's only the 3rd time in 36 career starts that Kuroda has allowed 2 home runs, never in the same inning. He has never allowed a 3 home run game. He also made 20 pitches. He's made 48 in the first 3. So now here's Rafael Furcal with a no ball, 1 strike count. Cahill comes back off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cahill had a bad moment if you weren't with us in the first inning, when he missed the strike zone on 12 consecutive pitches. Furcal, little ground ball to Hanahan, and Jack throws him out. So 1 away, and the batter will be Orlando Hudson.
Second baseman, number 13.
Hudson started the problems for Cahill when he walked with 2 out in the first inning. Then Loney walked, and then Blake walked. 12 straight pitches missing the zone. Andre Ethier came up and popped up to Hanahan, and young Cahill was out of the inning, although he was a lot older for the experience. So here's Hudson batting .311, hitting left-handed, and takes low, ball 1. Orlando's put up a .343 average right-handed and .300 left. 3 of his 4 home runs have been hit left-handed. 1-0 pitch on the way. Down and dirty, blocked nicely by Suzuki. 2-0 the count. 4-0 in favor of Oakland. Coming into this series, Oakland had won 12 of 19 and 5 of the last 6 meetings against the Dodgers. The 2-0 pitch on the way, and that's a strike. In fact, the last time the A's came to Dodger Stadium, Bob Guerin was certainly not the manager. It was 9 years ago, and the A's won 2 of the 3. 2-1 pitch on the way, and that's very high. Gets off the mitt of Suzuki. That was a wobbler. Maybe that was that knuckle curveball that he throws. Adrian Johnson had to make sure he didn't get hammered by that. Kind of a wobbler, and it went right off the glove into the mask of Johnson. Suzuki had it just go off the top of the webbing and right into the plate umpire's mask. Ground ball to first. Giambi is on it, takes it to the bag, and just like that, 2 down. So suddenly, Trevor Cahill, perhaps over the butterflies, who knows why, but he has settled down. Remember, he got out of the first inning, but then Kemp singled and stole second and third. But since that time, he's gotten 5 straight outs, and here's James Loney, who walked in the first inning. James hitting .284, 2 home runs, 44 runs batted in. Cahill turns, right-hander ready, first pitch bounced, 1 ball and no strikes. Kurt Suzuki doing a very good job behind the plate, handling a 21-year-old. Suzuki wears number 8, the number that was worn with great distinction by Yogi Berra, and as he said, it's now worn by Yogi Suzuki. 1-1 the count to James Loney. 4-0 Oakland in the third. Loney has a look, and that's low. 2-1 the count. So Cahill trying not to lose control here. He's already gone down that avenue. The 2-1 pitch to James Loney is swung on and missed, and the count 2-2. When you look at Trevor Cahill, you're looking at a 21-year-old who was pitching in Double-A ball last year. That is some jump. 2-2 pitch on the way. Is fisted foul off third. Hanahan hustling and makes the backhand catch in front of the Dodger dugout. So the Dodgers gone in order, and at the end of 3, 4-0 Oakland. Three of the 4 all-time leading home run hitters for the LA Dodgers finished their career with the A's. Who were they? We'll give you the answer in a little while. Meanwhile, the A's with 1 in the first and 3 in the third lead 4-0. And Kurt Suzuki, the man from Maui, will start it off. What a thrill he had in March of last year. Remember, the A's opened up the season in Tokyo against the champion Boston Red Sox. His father's parents are from Japan. So his folks made the trip from the Aloha State along with his maternal grandparents. and they were all there in Tokyo to see him play. Little roller foul. One and one the count to Kurt Suzuki. He had a chance to go to the University of Hawaii on a full scholarship, and instead he opted to be a walk-on at Cal State Fullerton. As he said, he wanted to challenge himself against the best players in college ball. And look where he is. 1-2 the count. One thing Suzuki talks about, surfing, the strength in his shoulders. Breaking ball misses. You can just imagine paddling out into the ocean against the waves to get out there, plus the balance that it teaches. The A's had a pitch at Jerome Williams, another surfer from Hawaii at one time. And Kurt, a long fly ball to left. Pierre going to the track to haul it in. Suzuki has 3 home runs. He did have 7 last year and 7 the year before. Just missed that one. 1 out, and Orlando Cabrera coming up. Cabrera could have eaten his glove last night. He had to be so angry. With 2 Gold Gloves, kicking a routine ground ball that set up the Dodger victory. Orlando, 35 years old, 5'9", 185. Originally came up with the Expos. He was with the Expos from 97 to 04, 8 season. Then 3 with the Angels, the White Sox, and now the A's. 0-2 the count. The kid from Cartagena in Colombia off the plate. Edgar Renteria is from Barranquilla in Colombia, and their families have always been closely entwined. Ground ball to Hudson. 2-1. Jack Hanahan coming up. You know, we like to talk about ball players naturally and tell you little stories once in a while. Sometimes we tell it because it's an inspiration. Especially, we know so many youngsters are watching a baseball game on television. How about this? Jack said the first drink he had, he was 14. How many he had from the time he started and the time he stopped? He said, I've lost track of that. Why was he drinking a lot at 14? The old story, because all the other kids were doing it. Then, of course, when you start drinking, that opens up drugs. Why drugs? Well, all my friends were doing that. And almost ruined his life. Foul back. And then Jack, a junior, finally had had enough. He had passed out. They thought he was dead. Had to bring him in an ambulance to detox, and well, it was a mess. And since then, he's given it up, and here he is in the big leagues, and good luck and congratulations to him. Pop fly to Rafael Furcal. So the A's go quietly for the second time in 4 innings, but they lead 4-0. sandwiches, 3 mini home-style chicken fillets on toasted mini buns. And by Southwest Airlines. Ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. A's lead the Dodgers 4-0, bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Casey Blake, Andre Ethier, and then Matt Kemp. Good fastball strike, 0-1. Casey batting .302, 10 home runs, 41 runs batted in, and he has been Mr. Consistency, solid as a rock. He has hit safely in 7 straight. Hit safely in 8 straight starts. He had 1 pinch hitting experience where he was hitless. 2-1 the count. Dodgers are trying to make Cahill's sinker come up. They're not going to chase that one that starts out around the knees. A cracked bat and a 1-hopper to Cabrera. So 1 away. And the batter will be Andre Ethier. Okay, remember the Aflac trivia question was simply put. 3 of the 4 all-time leading home run hitters for the LA Dodgers finished their career with the A's. Who were they? Well, I'm sure you remember a couple of them. Eric Karros, Ron Cey, and Mike Piazza, sure. So 1 away. Ethier popped up with the bases loaded in the 1st inning. There are some hitters like a James Loney who is unbelievable with the bases loaded. There are others like an Andre Ethier who just don't particularly react to the same situation. Maybe they try too hard. He hits a fly ball. Davis is at the other end of it. So quickly, 2 out. And for the Dodgers, some bad news. The fact that Trevor Cahill is not only settling down, but he has really cut into his pitches. Cahill made 29 pitches in the 1st inning, 17 pitches in the 2nd inning, 13 pitches in the 3rd inning. And now he has 2 quick outs. He's retired 8 in a row. And here's Kemp, who ran wild and dirtied his uniform. Had a base hit, stole 2nd, stole 3rd, but was out at the plate. All right. 0-1. No, he didn't try to steal home. He was out at the plate when Kuroda hit a sinking line drive, caught and dropped by Cahill, and then got him with a throw to Suzuki. 0-2 to Matt. Kemp hitting .318, 8 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Remarkable athlete. Big sweeping breaking ball, 1-2. 21 years old, pitching in Double-A last year, a non-invitee to spring training, and here he is. Still 1-2. Then Mazzaro, who started at Double-A, then went to Triple-A. He'll be on the mound tomorrow night. So the strongest part of the Oakland ball club, and Ray Fosse, who was a marvelous catcher in his day and now does a great job telecasting for Oakland. Ray said the pitching is really the strength, and off speed for strike 3. So down goes Kemp. Dodgers out in orders, and at the end of 4-0 Oakland. just over the wall in left center. And then a little bit later, with a man aboard, Jack Cust hit a towering drive into the bleachers. Add it all up, and it's 4-0 Oakland. So Rajay Davis at the plate to begin matters, and a strike. Were you watching the telecast tonight? We showed you Justin Upton talking to his helmet in the dugout. Fly ball to left center. It's playable. One away. Well, we don't have time to even show it, but Rajay Davis, they say, a lot of times will be in the batter's box, and he'll be talking to his bat. I guess this game will drive you to talking to your helmet and talking to your bat. One away. No word spoken this time. Come to think of it, he was pretty quiet when he hit the home run. So now Trevor Cahill got a base hit to shock everybody. Single to right in the third inning. Little ground ball up the middle. Backhanded by Hudson. A bounce throw to get him. He almost had another one. Nice play by Orlando.
Second baseman, number 29, Adam Kennedy.
So Cahill continues to give the crowd a little something extra. Almost came up with another base hit. Good play by Orlando. So we have 2 out in the 5th inning. For Kuroda, he has only had 4 ground balls in 4 2/3 innings. So he's having trouble, obviously, not only keeping the ball down, but also keeping it in the park. Ground ball to the hole, backhanded by Furcal. Low throw, nice pick by Loney. Well, the A's are down, and at the end of 4.5, Oakland 4, Dodgers nothing. "29 pitches in the first inning, 17 in the second, 13 in the third, and 11 in the fourth." He's only made 70 pitches after that very, very shaky first inning. Russell Martin way out in front on that off-speed pitch. 0-1. 21 years old, standing out there in the 5th inning, trying to win his 4th game in the big leagues. Sinker, 1-1. Martin grounded to third, hitting .238. Another sinker, 2-1 the count. On deck, Hiroki Kuroda. Ground ball to Cabrera. And one away. A moment ago, we were talking about the fact that the pitching staff is very young for Oakland. And years ago, they would call it a kiddie corps. Trevor Cahill, left-hand to Brett Anderson. They're 21. Vin Mazzaro is 22. We'll see him tomorrow night. Josh Outman, how do you like that name for a pitcher, Outman? And Dallas Braden, the veteran at 25. And we saw him last night. The old comics line, I've got ties older than that. 1 ball, that's no strikes. Ball 2. 4-0 in favor of Oakland in the 5th inning. Strike 2-1. Two and two to Hiroki. He hit that line drive in and out of Cahill's glove, and then Cahill threw to Suzuki, and Matt Kemp was out at the plate in the 2nd inning. Now Kuroda is out at the plate. 2 down. Cahill started the game with a strikeout, then had a lot of trouble with his control, but he's starting to pick up, and he has now struck out 3. 2 of the last 3 batters. And Juan Pierre struck out, fly deep to center, 0 for 2. Juan batting .330 with 21 runs batted in. Ball 1. Hanahan on the edge of the grass. Jambi about even with the bag at first, looking bunt. And ball 2, 2-0. That's a strike. 2-1. Line drive, whistled by the glove of Jambi, and down the line, and there's a rabbit loose. Pierre will stop at second. Well, Juan Pierre hits his 12th double, and with 2 out, a runner in scoring position, Rafael Furcal coming up. Pierre got it in and down and really turned on it and doubled into the corner. Like most left-hand hitters, down and in, you're asking for trouble, and trouble is what you got. However, that's only the 2nd hit that the Dodgers have against Cahill. And Trevor will now work on Furcal, who was grounded to first and grounded to third. We told you if his sinker is working, the Dodgers will kill a lot of worms and hit a lot of ground balls, and that's what's happened. Ball 1. Little ground ball. Adam Kennedy boots it. So Pierre stops at third. Kennedy unable to handle a slow roller. For Oakland, that would be their 43rd error. Last night the error by Cabrera killed them. Now we'll see what the error by Kennedy does. 43 errors. Dodgers, to compare, have committed only 28. So now you have Orlando Hudson 0 for 1 with runners at first and third. And ball one. So the Dodgers cashed in on Cabrera's error last night to win. Now we'll see if they can cash in on Kennedy's error to get back in the game. It's 4-0 A's. Ball two. Rare time that Cahill was up above the letters. 2-0. With two down, Pierre double to right. For call reaches on the error. Pierre at third. For call at first. 2-0. 2-1. For call at first has stolen 4 out of 7. Pierre has stolen 16 out of 20, so they both run pretty well. 2-1 to Orlando. Two out. A fake and a look. At the strike, 2-2. Cahill with that sinker working has picked up 7 ground ball outs plus that low line drive that he knocked down off the bat of Corota. 2-2, so the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 on at the corner. There goes for call, and there goes the ball. It's going to land for a base hit. Pierre scores for call to third, and the A's lead 4-1. So it's the sign of a good ball club. We give them a break and they cash it in. Cabrera's error last night, the Dodgers won the game. Kennedy's error now, and the Dodgers get on the board. And Kurt Young going out to talk to young Trevor Cahill, who could easily be saying to himself, if Kennedy picks up the slow roller, I'm in the dugout leading 4-0. Instead, I have to face James Loney. To Hudson, a fly ball single. And a run batted in. Loney has walked and fouled out. Orlando 1 for 2 with the base hit and the run batted in. For Hudson, he has 35 RBIs. Brad Ziegler, who was pitching in last night's game and was the victim of the error and suffered the loss. Ziegler is up again in the Oakland bullpen now. Loney 0 for 1. So you have Hudson at first, for call at third with 2 out. For Orlando, Hudson, he is 5 for 5 in stolen bases. So remember, for call was going when Hudson singled. And that's ball 1. Down in the bullpen now, Russ Springer is the pitcher. Ziegler usually pitches much later in the game. Springer heating up. 1 ball and no strikes. Loney, a ground ball to Cabrera. And there's the out. So the Dodgers are fortunate to get a run, 2 hits and an error, and at the end of 5, 4-1 Oakland. And of course, it's rather appropriate. The Dodgers and the Angels will tangle in Anaheim Friday night. The bunt up along third, and there is nobody there. So that anybody to field it. Though a heads-up play by Jack Cust. After a home run in the third inning, Jack lays down a beauty for a base hit in the sixth. I don't know how many hits Ted Williams might have had in his career. After all, they put the shift on with Ted all the time. But it was a challenge to his ego and his skill. Ted just would not bunt. But boy, when they load up like that, you got to say, hey, base hits are bread and butter. So here's Holiday. 0-1 to Matt. Grounded sharply to short, scoring Adam Kennedy in the first inning, and then popped up in the third. 4 runs, 5 hits for the A's, 1 run, 3 hits for the Dodgers. One and one. Corota was on a little roll. He had retired 8 in a row, and then Cust got the bunt single. High chopper to for call to feed to Hudson. He will turn it to Loney, and he's off the bag. We'll give credit to Jack Cust breaking up the double play. Cust going in to tie up Hudson, and the throw just a little off line. Though it's a force play. And the batter now will be Jason Giambi. Those big high bounces to shortstop threatens the life of the second baseman, because usually the throw is going to arrive just about the time of the runner. Matt Holliday has stolen 4 out of 6. And again now the Dodgers load up the right side, so if Giambi could get a bunt down, there'd be no one to field it. But he's not thinking bunt. There it is. The door is wide open. One ball and 1 strike to Jason Giambi. One and one. And good pitch. 1-2. Way back in 1996, at one time Jason Giambi was a third baseman, but in 1996 he replaced Mark McGwire when McGwire was injured to start the season, and he had his first 500 at-bat season. In 96 with the A's, he hit 291 with 20 home runs, 79 RBI. Not a bad replacement for McGwire. One of the things Giambi had a problem with, and a lot of first basemen have it, you have a runner at first and a ground ball to the first baseman, and he's going to throw to second, but that runner's in the way. And a lot of first basemen have trouble with that. Steve Garvey had a lot of trouble with it. So did Jason. And you know who helped him to get better? fellow by the name of Larry Boa. And then he worked extensively with another fellow by the name of Don Madden. And now they're all over in the Dodger dugout trying to figure out ways to get him out. 2-2 to Jason. There's Mattingly walking to the far end. Boa, of course, coaches at third. 2-2 to Jason Giambi. And that's foul. May of 2003, Giambi lived a nightmare. He had a situation that turned out to be a staph infection in both eyes. The bacteria reached a level where it caused inflammation, what you could call conjunctivitis or pink eye, and he had his left eyelid scraped. All of a sudden he could see a lot better and naturally hit a lot better. 2-2. And a fly ball to right. Ethier is there. So 2 down. Holiday holding at first, and the batter will be Kurt Suzuki.
Oakland catcher number 8, Kurt Suzuki.
Suzuki, 25 years old. He'll be 26 in October. We talked about him being a surfer a little while ago. He is not related to Ichiro Suzuki, who will be here with Seattle on the 26th, 27th, and 28th. And Kurt said the name Suzuki is about as common in Japan as, let's say, Smith is here in the United States. Strike. 0-1. Suzuki was studying kinesiology, and he has promised his parents that someday he would definitely get his college degree. Last year he hit .291 against right-hand pitching with a half a dozen home runs. With 2 out, they're wondering about a possible steal by Matt Holliday, who has stolen 4 out of 6. Oh, and 1. The face of an athlete, whether it's a batting helmet or a football helmet. Fastball missed. 1-1 the count. Suzuki says that he spends the offseason involving going to yoga classes to improve flexibility. 1-1. 1-2. One of the things that Suzuki talks about, 2 years ago, his teammate was a veteran catcher by the name of Jason Kendall. And he learned a great deal from Jason, but then Oakland traded Kendall to the Cubs to make room for Suzuki to be the permanent catcher. 1-2. And Suzuki is really lavish in his praise of Jason Kendall. He called him the best game caller in baseball. Four to 1 in favor of the A's. Holliday first with 2 out. Short lead. And there he goes. The pitch is low. The throw is into center field, and Holliday has stolen it. So Holliday has now stolen 5 out of 7. And with 2 out, Suzuki with a chance to pick him up. Straight steal, head down, head first. Though Matt skinning the arm a little bit, paying the price. 2-2. Foul ball. Just thinking, one of the old phrases in baseball is disappearing. Raspberries or strawberries, the abrasions on your legs from sliding. There are so many players today who slide head first that their strawberries or raspberries would be the abrasions on the arm. 2-2 the count. The worst baseball legs I ever saw was 1962, the legs of Maury Wills. Brutal, unbelievable. I mean, it was worse than black and blue. Maury paying the price of a magnificent year of base stealing, setting the record, but boy, did he leave a lot of skin on the infields all over the National League. Got so bad he didn't want to slide. It hurt so much, and he had to see I believe it was a hypnotist. Ground ball to the hole, packed nicely. The long throw, not in time. Suzuki, even a catcher, runs very well. Holiday moves to third. Infield single for Kurt. And with first and third and 2 out, Orlando Cabrera. That was a long throw for Rafael. Bounced it. Loney, a great effort at the other end, but too late. So, of course, that steal of second took the force play away. He might have gotten a runner at second, but not at first. So here's Cabrera, lined out, grounded out, 0 for 2. 0 for 5 with 2 walks in the series. In the dirt, nice save. That would have been a run. Kuroda has 1 wild pitch, and he has 4 for the year. So he's kept Martin busy. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 out, runners at first and third. Oakland leading handily 4-1. Fastball hit by the diving Loney. So scoring is Holiday. Down to second goes Suzuki, and it is 5-1 Oakland. And the Dodgers are on the phone, and they'll be getting somebody up in the pen in a minute. So Cabrera, a sharp single to right. And the beat goes on for Hiroki Kuroda. Of course, the lack of the ground ball was a sure sign that he was struggling. And then, of course, for Kuroda to give up 2 home runs in a game would be news. But 2 home runs in an inning would be a sensational story, and that's exactly what's happened to him. So now, Jack Hanahan, the third baseman, hitting .218. Two down, a run over, 5 runs, 7 hits for the A's, 1 run, 3 hits for the Dodgers. And that's ball 1. Hanahan flied to right, popped to short. Brent Leach, the young left-hander, gets up in the Dodger bullpen and begins to heat up. One and 0. Off speed. Kuroda, no doubt, annoyed at himself. Remember when he finally came out of rehab, if I read the quote correctly through an interpreter, he said, "I really don't think I'm ready to pitch in the big leagues." But he came back and he has struggled. 2-0. Foul back. Fastball alley. Second level directly behind home. 2-1 to count. With Cabrera over there at first, he has stolen 2, but he's been caught 3. And Suzuki ahead of him at second, so there's not any great speed out there. 2-1 to count. Breaking ball on the hands, high foul to Martin. And that's the inning. However, the A's get a run, and we go to the bottom of the 6th, 5-1 Oakland. Uppercut the ball, and Jack Cust hit one towering fly ball into the bleachers in left center. So you can hit a round object with a round bat squarely, and it's 5-1 A's as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Five runs, 7 hits, 2 home runs for the A's. They had 2 home runs last night. That's a strike to Casey White. Cahill coming off a tough inning, 22 pitches because of the error by Adam Kennedy. He made 7 pitches more after the error. Casey fooled on that. 0-2. So it's Blake, Ethier, and Kemp. 5-1 Oakland. Young fella out of San Diego, Trevor Cahill. Ground ball to the hole, backhanded by Cabrera. Short hop, and Johnny can't make the play. So Cabrera trying to make the long throw. Furcal can make the long throw because Loney can really pick him up. And that was just handcuffed Giambi. Backhanded, set, throw. Giambi never even touched it. So the A's commit 2 more errors, and they have now made 44 errors. Poor defense. The error charge to Cabrera. Ethier popped up and flied to center. Andre 0 for 2. 2-0 the count. For Cahill, remember they backed him up with Russ Springer in the 5th. He is slowly working his way to 100 pitches. And a drive to left. over his head against the wall. They will stop Blake at third on a double for Ethier. And the Dodgers are in business. Second and third, nobody out.
Number 27, Matt Kemp.
So Andre Ethier hits one over Holliday's head for a double. Dodgers at second and third, nobody out. Another meeting at the mound. Cahill struggling a bit now. And he has Kemp, Martin, and the pitcher's box. Russ Springer is up again in the bullpen. Reminds you a little bit of Casey Blake. Cahill has now made 98 pitches. Casey stands at third, Ethier at second, and Cahill ready to make pitch number 99. So 2 rough innings, the first inning and the fifth. The first inning because of wildness, and the fifth inning because of a 2-out error by Adam Kennedy. So here's Kemp, hit one inside out, single to right field in the second inning, and struck out last time up. Infield back, and ball 1. Five to 1 A's. Dodgers trying to stir themselves. Well, that was the red badge of courage. This is the brown badge of activity with Matt Kemp. 1-1. Matt, if you weren't with us, had a base hit in the second inning, promptly stole second, then stole third. Tried to come home on a ball hit back to the box and was out on a tag by Kurt Suzuki. 1-1 to Matt. And a high fly ball to right center. It's playable. And it will be Jack Cust for the catch. Tagging up Blake to score. Ethier tags and goes to third. So with 1 out, the A's lead 5-2. And Matt puts up a run batted in.
Russell Martin.
So Russell Martin coming up. 5 runs, 7 hits for the A's, 2 runs, 4 hits for the Dodgers. Martin grounded to third, grounded to short, 0 for 2. Mark Loretta comes out on deck. 1 ball and no strikes. So Loretta getting ready to go to work. Martin hitting .237. 2-0. Cahill has struck out only 3. And one of them Corota. 2-0. And now he's high, ball 3. Bob Guerin, the skipper of the A's. In there. 3-1. The left-hander Craig Breslow now begins to warm up alongside of Russ Springer in the bullpen. Breslow is the boy from Yale. 3-1 to Martin. Andre Ethier at third. Blake has scored. It's 5-2 Oakland. And ball 4 almost threw that away. Cahill giving you the impression he's barely hanging on. In fact, it's more than an impression. Bob Guerin decides he has hung on and about ready to fall. The young Trevor Cahill at 21 goes out in a good spot. He goes out leading by 3, and only 2 runners his responsibility. So he can't lose, he could win, he went the required 5, or he could have nothing to do. So Trevor Cahill, the boy from San Diego at 21, showed a lot of guts and a great deal of promise when you realize he was in Double-A a year ago and a non-roster invitee to a Major League camp, and here he is trying to win his 4th.
Your attention, please.
Oh, we'll be back.
Coming to pitch for Oakland, number 36, Russ Springer.
He got a warning from the plate umpire. The next 3 pitches all came inside, including one that hit Bonds' bat handle for a strike. And on the 5th pitch, Springer hit Bonds on the right shoulder. Springer and his skipper, Phil Garner, were ejected, and the crowd gave Springer a standing ovation. You remember that for quite a while. So here's Mark Loretta, and a strike. Loretta hitting .237 for the year in that difficult role as a pinch hitter. Springer is 40 years old. He'll be 41 in November. Half swing on a breaking ball, and the count 0-2. Basically fastball, curve. Once in a while he'll change the arm angle and throw sidearm, and a couple of changeups as well. 0-2. Over the top, 1-2. Last year, right-hand batters hit .158 against Springer. So that's why he's still out there pitching at the age of 40. Been with a lot of clubs. Went to school at LSU. He's from Louisiana. 1-2. And takes care of Loretta. So that's the second out. And the batter now will be Juan Pierre.
Number 9, Juan Pierre.
Pierre is struck out, fly to center, and double to right. Juan hitting .333. When you count the teams that Russ Springer has been with, you realize a lot of teams. The bunt to Giambi, who makes sure and goes head first to the bag. So Springer gets the outs. The Dodgers get one, leave two, and the A's lead 5-2. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. The A's have been leading all the way ever since Adam Kennedy scored a run in the first inning. Then they had the 2 home runs in the third that gave them 3, and they added yet another in the 6th. Dodgers have not been able to do very much against Cahill, picking up a run in the 5th inning only because of an error by Adam Kennedy, and then getting a run in the 6th only because of an error by Orlando Cabrera. So Brent Leach now will come in, and he'll work on Rajai Davis, then the pitcher spot, and they're going to have a hitter coming up. Nomar Garcia-Parra coming out of the dugout, and ball 1 to Rajai Davis. Davis hit a home run and fly to center. 1 for 2. 1-1. Davis hitting .221. He has that 1 home run that he hit in the 3rd inning, and 4 runs batted in. Fastball fouled away. So Brent Leach used sparingly and has done a good job. 1-0 in his 19th game. Worked a total of 11 innings and takes care of Davis. You know, you can hit the road with the Dodgers this July 4th. Watch them take on the Padres at Petco Park. Packages include luxury bus transportation to San Diego, a ticket to all 3 games, tour of the ballpark, and an exclusive pregame meet and greet on the field. To purchase, visit Dodgers.com/roadtrips or call 323-224-2646. Nomar Garciaparra returns. He came in as a pinch hitter last night and grounded to first. Good breaking ball, dips in for a strike. 0-1 to Nomar. He was a pleasure to have on the ball club with the Dodgers for 2 years, and then briefly last year after a trip to Las Vegas. 1-1 the count. Nomar will be 36 the end of July. Another breaking ball. 1-2. Garciaparra, first round pick by the Red Sox 15 years ago. Went to school at Georgia Tech. Fastball lifted to right center. Matt Kemp coming in a hurry. So 2 down here in the 7th inning. And the batter will be Adam Kennedy. Nomar was hitting .250. Now the batter Kennedy, who double flied to left, rounded to short, scored a run in the first inning, committed an error that helped the Dodgers get a run in the 5th inning. Ball 1. When the Dodgers bat in the bottom of this 7th inning, they'll have for call Hudson and Bloney. Fastball and a good one. 1-1. Five runs, 7 hits for the A's, but 2 big errors have helped the Dodgers get their only 2 runs and 4 hits. 2-1. Brent Leach has done a very good job, very quietly. He's had scoreless relief appearances in 12 of 14 outings. Fastball. Over the last 8 2/3 innings, he's allowed only 2 runs. Made his debut May the 6th. He was at Chattanooga, that's Double-A, May the 2nd. Check swing on a fastball, no swing, says Ted Barrett. 3-2 the count to Adam Kennedy. On deck, Jack Cust. Fastball lifted to left center. On his horse is Matt Kemp. That'll be that. So at the end of 6½, 5-2 A's, and the crowd will now be asked to stand and sing God Bless America.
Tonight, in honor of Fire Appreciation Night, we welcome back from Los Angeles Fire Department, Kenny Gibbs. Kenny will be accompanied by Nancy B. at the Dodger Stadium organ.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light. Mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Kenny Gibbs. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the California Lottery 7th inning stretch. One lucky row of fans will receive Super Lotto Plus vouchers, good for a Super Lotto Plus ticket. please join Nancy B. as we all sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Here's 5-2. They make two switches. Derek Barton takes over at first base, and Jason Giambi has the rest of the night off. And on the mound, the left-hander, Craig Breslow, whom we saw last night. The Breslow will be the third pitcher. Cahill, Springer, and then Breslow. If you weren't with us last night, we were talking about Breslow's background, and it is really something. That's ball one for call. Craig has a degree in molecular biophysics and biochemistry from Yale University. I mean, that gets your attention. Specialized in stem cell research. 2-0. He was motivated. His sister had thyroid cancer. Thank goodness he beat the disease, but Breslow made up his mind to pursue a career in medicine, and you say, well, then why baseball? And his theory is there is a very small window to play baseball. He can always go back and pick up again when he's 40. So an interesting man from Yale, Craig Breslow. Last night in that riotous 8th inning, he came in to face James Loney and walked him. Well, now he faces for Call, Hudson, and Loney. 5-2 Oakland. 3-2 the counter for Call. 2 ground balls, and he reached on Kennedy's error with a little ground ball. Hudson waits on deck. 3-2. And he walked him. So we've seen Breslow face 2 batters in 2 games, and he's walked each. You know, baseball's biggest stars go head to head for the spectacular night. Summer's biggest event. Fox brings you every thrilling moment of the 2009 Major League Baseball All-Star Game, Tuesday the 14th. Coverage from St. Louis at 5 p.m. only on Fox. And the batter is Orlando Hudson. Walk, rounded out, and single. Ball 1. Dodgers retired an order in the 3rd and in the 4th. Otherwise, it's been standing room only. They've left 7. 1-0 the count to Orlando. And that's popped in the air to right field. Coming in is Jack Cust. Whoa, drops the ball, and everybody is safe. So Oakland has a very young pitching staff and a very porous defense. That is their 3rd error, and they have now made 45 errors this year. You know, they make the game look so easy. so that when they do drop one once in a while, it is an absolute shock. And there was no excuse, no wind. It's not San Francisco. It just came out of the webbing of the glove. So the Dodgers get another golden opportunity. 3 Oakland errors. When Kennedy committed an error, the Dodgers got a run. When Cabrera committed an error, the Dodgers got a run. And now let's see, with Loney, Blake, and Ethier, the door wide open on the error by Cust. And ball 1. James Loney walked, fouled out to third, grounded to short, 0 for 2. Fastball, that's popped up. Every pop fly an adventure. It will be the infield fly rule. That's dropped by Cabrera. But again, the batter is automatically out, and your first thought is, are they kidding? Well, it'll happen. And Cust said, yeah, I'm not alone. And a guy with 2 gold gloves drops a pop fly, but the infield fly rule. Well, Loney is out, and Cabrera gives the crowd a thrill. I mean, 2 hands and he dropped it. So they're having some night. Look at the open mouth of Clayton Kershaw in the Dodger dugout. He couldn't believe it. And a meeting at the mound. Breslow's had enough. He's going to go back and concentrate on stem cell research after watching what's going on behind him. The Yale Bulldog will get out of there, and they'll go to the pen.
Coming into pitch for the Athletics.
Fly. You go over and talk to the runner, who's another shortstop by the name of Rafael Furcal. But the loneliness, not of the long-distance runner, of an outfielder who drops a fly ball. There is no one to talk to except your glove. And now we'll see Brad Ziegler working on Casey Blake. And ball 1. We saw Ziegler last night, and he was victimized on the big error by Orlando Cabrera. Brad is out of Pratt, Kansas, lives in Missouri. Submarines that time, ball 2, went to Southwest Missouri State and was pretty close friends in high school with Albert Pujols. 2-0. Well, the boy from Kansas working to the boy from Indiana. And there's a base hit. They will hold for call. And the bases are loaded. So Casey Blake, a single to left to load him up. So instead of 2 out and maybe runners at first and second, because of the errors, the Dodgers have the bases loaded, 1 out, and Andre Ethier for the second time coming up in that spot. Cabrera's cool. Talking to Orlando Hudson. You've been around a long time, so you drop a pop fly. Not the end of the world. So here's Ethier. Popped up with the bases loaded. Fly to center, double to left. And hits a one-hopper by Kennedy. So Percall will score. Hudson will score. Blake will stop at third. And the A's lead is 5-4. So those 2 runs are charged to Breslow. And the Dodgers now with first and third and 1 out. And Matt Kemp coming up. And remember, the Dodgers have that unbelievable 1-run record at home. They are 12-1. They won last night's game 5-4. They trail tonight 5-4. And here is Kemp, single to right, struck out, fly to right. And a strike, 0-1. For Brad Ziegler, sidearm submarine. Remember, Kemp faced him last night and single to right field to win the game. And this time hits it to the right side, but they're gonna get a double play. Well, one night you do, one night you don't. And at the end of 7, it's 5-4 A's. The game thanks to 3 errors. So the Oakland lead, which had been 4-0, is now 5-4 with 2 innings left, putting a lot of strain on Bob Garrett. It's head-shaking time, and it reminds us a little bit. Remember the terrible series that the New York Mets had here. Well, Bob Garrett is a San Diego boy, went to Claremont High School, and was a first-round pick for the Padres 30 years ago. Comes here with an Oakland club that had just been swept by the Giants and lost last night, and now the Dodgers threatening to come back again. So Brent Leach will be going to work on Jack Cust to drop the fly ball. Then Matt Holliday and Derek Barton. Now remember, Cust bunted for a base hit, so this time the Dodgers do not commit Casey Blake. He stays over on the left side a little bit. Last time he was burned when they had him way over near second base, and all Cust did was bunt up along third base. Jack also hit a home run in the third inning. Cust with 12 home runs, 36 runs batted in. 1-1. They make it look so easy at this level of play that when they do commit what appears to be a simple error, it is shocking, but they are human. They all kick them, they all drop them. Ball 2. Whatever it is about the Dodgers this year, when you compare their errors to the opposition, and it doesn't make any difference if you have a Gold Glove like Cabrera, the opposition just kicks them. Line drive, backhanded by Loney. So what a difference. The Dodgers making sparkling defensive plays. Remember, Loney made a similar play on a ball hit by Cabrera in the second inning. Now he does it to Cust. And let's see, Joe Torre now making his way out to the mound as Matt Holliday is coming up. And Guillermo Mota is ready if they want him, and the answer is they want him. So Guillermo's coming in, young Brent is coming out, and we'll be back. For details, visit Dodgers.com. Well, Guillermo Mota was the pitcher in the 10th inning last night when the Dodgers went on to win. So they bring him in now to be the third Dodger pitcher. It's 5-4 Oakland. And with one out, Mota will face Matt Holliday. They have faced each other in the past. Holliday is 1-for-3 when Matt was in the National League. And ball 1. Big crowd on hand for a Wednesday night. Dodgers in Oakland, 46,274, and seeing another dandy. And another base hit. So Holliday 1-for-4 as he singles to left.
First baseman, number 10, Derek Barton.
Derek Barton will now come up and hit. We saw Barton briefly, and remember too that Holliday stole second and scored in the 6th inning. Derek Barton, who lives in Huntington Beach, went to Marina High School, born in Vermont. First round pick by the Cardinals back in 2003. He is well put together, a 6-footer, 225. 23 years old. He'll be 24 in August. And there goes Holiday. The pitch off speed, the throw on a hop. So Holiday got a good jump and got a good pitch and steals second. So Holiday 2 for 2 in stolen bases and straight steal head down. For Holiday, he's now stolen 6 out of 8. We mentioned the fact that last year with Colorado he stole 28. He might be big and strong and he can fly. 2-1 the count to Barton. Barton appeared as a pinch hitter last night and flied to right field. Two and one. Barton last year had 9 home runs for the A's and 47 runs batted in. So he can be a factor. He signed with the Cardinals, and eventually the A's sent Mark Mulder to the Cardinals, getting Barton along with Dan Herron and Kiki Calero, and then Herron moved on to Arizona. So Matt Holliday at second, 1 out. We're in the 8th inning. 5-4 A's. They led as much as 4-0 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1. And ball 3. And a towering pop fly. Rafael for call. So 2 out in the 8th inning. Holliday holding in second, and the batter is the catcher, Kurt Suzuki. Fly to center, fly to left, and single to the hole at short. Looking ahead, when the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the 8th, they'll have Martin, then Mota, and Pierre. And remember the announcement we made at the very start of the game. Jonathan Broxton is not available tonight. Sore big toe, had a cortisone shot. It's the toe on his right foot, the so-called push-off toe from the rubber. Oh and 1. Fastball. Suzuki laid on it. 0-2. That line drive by Jack Cust and that great backhand catch by Loney is awfully big because Holliday followed with a base hit. If Loney doesn't make the catch, that's a double for Cust. And the A's have another run. And that's strike 3 call. Suzuki can't believe it, but down he goes. And at the end of 7.5, it's 5-4 A's. Jones will bat for Mota, and then Pierre. Martin has grounded out twice and walked. DeNorfia, that's Chris DeNorfia, takes over in right field for Jack Cust, young fella out of Connecticut. In fact, he went to high school at Choate. That's the same prep school that counted President John F. Kennedy among its graduates. So we had Breslow from Yale and DeNorfia from Choate, and here we go. Strike to Martin. 2 ground balls and a walk, 0 for 2, hitting .237. Last night, when Mitch Jones, who spent almost 10 years in the minor leagues, came up and batted for Belisario, this crowd reacted as if he was the absolute #1 hitter on the ball club, because of the fact Mitch had waited so long to make his major league debut. But life is tougher than fiction, and Mitch last night struck out. And so does Martin to go 0 for 3. So 1 away, and here comes Mitch. Jones is a power hitter who has done exceptionally well in the minor league. But boy, you have to be dedicated to play over 9.5, almost 10 years in the minor league and never get called up. In fact, he had as many as 39 home runs in the minors. He had 2 years at Columbus, which is the #1 Yankees farm team. And in 2 years, he hit 48 home runs, and the Yankees still never called him up. Well, the Dodgers called him up, and here he is. And ball 1. Down in the Dodger bullpen, Ronald Belisario will be asked to close up tonight. As we mentioned, Roxton unable to pitch this evening. So Mitch breaks his bat and hits a little dunker. Fall, it does fall off Kennedy's glove. He's safely aboard, and he'll get a standing ovation. Oh, what a great moment. A modest thing and thine own. A broken back single, but after almost 10 years, who could deny him the moment? Well, they get the ball for him. Brad Osmus will put that in his locker. And Mitch Jones gets what he's waited so long. A base hit in the big league. So the Dodgers now have the tying run at first, and here's Pierre. Tried to bunt for a hit last time up, strike. Pierre has struck out, fly to center, double to right, and then grounded out on the bunt. A's 5, Dodgers 4. 8th inning, 1 out. Comebacker. They're going to get 1, and they get 2. So Juan Pierre does not avoid the double play. That would be the 5th time he's hit into a double play this year, and it's still 5-4-8. 31 years of age. Brad Ziegler reminds us that back in the third inning, 21-year-old Trevor Cahill got his first base hit. So it came easy for Trevor. It took a long time for Mitch. And we go to the ninth. The A's 5, Dodgers 4. And it'll be Ronald Belisario ready to pitch to Cabrera, then Hanahan and Davis. So for Belisario, this will be the first time they've asked him to close since Broxton is sidelined. 5 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors for the A's. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Dodgers, who have capitalized to get in the game only because of the 3 Oakland errors. Cabrera's made 1 of them, and he is 1 for 3 with the bat. Ball 1. Belisario pitched an inning and a third last night, made 25 pitches. And ball 2. Two and 0. 2-1. Hayes scored a run in the first. They had home runs by Davis and Cust in the third to lead 4-0. Dodgers got a big break. An error by Kennedy led to a run in the fifth. An error by Cabrera led to a run in the sixth. An error by Cust led to a run in the seventh. And there's a hopper. Great stop by Orlando and throws him out. Wow. He has been absolutely dazzling day in and day out. Wow. Of course, Orlando has a couple of Gold Gloves. Well, Cabrera, who has 2, loses to a man who has the same number. Great play by Orlando Hudson, and now here's Jack Hanahan, who is 0 for 3. Ball 1. Hanahan flied to right, popped to short, and fouled out. Rajai Davis, who homered back in the third inning, is on deck. High fly ball to Pierre. Two out, top of the ninth. If you wonder about the Dodgers coming up in the bottom of the ninth, they will have Rafael Furcal, Orlando Hudson, and James Loney. So Belisario trying to get Davis. 1 for 3, the home run, hitting .218. Ball 1. Fouled away, 1-1. Chris DeNorfia on deck. Little nubber foul, and they'll call him back. 1-2 the count. Two out, top of the ninth. A's 5, Dodgers 4. Remember, the Dodgers in 1-run games at home, 12-1. Little ground ball. Blake barehands it. Throws on a bounce. It is too late. But Rajay Davis with great speed legs it out despite a great effort, and Joe Torre thinks it was not only great effort, the runner should be out. Jim Joyce, the umpire at first base, and called it immediately. There was no sign of any hesitation on Jim's part. Nice effort, bare hand, but the throw in the dirt. And Jim Joyce, after 21 years in the big leagues, very close indeed. And Joe has had his say, and now comes in. Take a look at the white shoes of Rajay Davis and the ball. Look at that. The foot is not quite on the bag. The ball appears to be in the glove, but it just points up how tough it is to make the call. And now Bobby Crosby is going to come up and bat. So Davis at first, 5-4 A's, and here is Crosby. You may remember Crosby last night homered in the 8th inning. Though Belisario taking his time. Crosby hitting just 200, 3 home runs, 13 runs batted in. And there goes Davis. The throw down is in time. Well, Martin nails in 2-4. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. And we're heading to the bottom of the 9th, 5-4 A's. By 1, it'll be Rafael Furcal, Orlando Hudson, and James Loney against right-hander Andrew Bailey, a 25-year-old out of Haddon Heights, New Jersey, went to Wagner University, and Bailey came in and faced Matt Kemp last night in the 8th inning, and Kemp had a base hit. And then Bailey came out for Brad Ziegler, who eventually lost the game. So Andrew coming in with a record of 4-1. He has 5 saves. Ziegler has 5 saves. And of course, Jonathan Broxton has 16 saves, but he's unable to pitch. So here's Bailey. Basically fastball, 12-6 curveball, and a changeup. Another young pitcher, just 25. And a strike to Furcal. 2 ground balls reached on the error by Kennedy and walked. Scored 1. One and 1. Barton is up. Hanahan is up, protecting against the bunt. Fouled off, 1-2. A couple of streaks on the line. The A's have lost 4 straight, 6 out of 7, and the Dodgers have won 3 straight. Rafael, a ground ball at the middle, nice backhand, double clutch, and the throw is late, and Percall is aboard. Adam Kennedy could not get the grip immediately, and that was the difference. And we'll see how they rule it. It's a tough play, especially with Percall. There's a double clutch. And the throw late on a bounce, Barton unable to catch it. So I would think with Percall hitting left-handed, it would have taken a very good play to get him. We'll see. But one way or the other, Percall, the tying run is aboard. And there goes Percall, hit and run foul ball by Orlando. It will be a base hit if you score it. Considering Percall hitting left-handed, that would have been a very difficult play, and was for Kennedy to get it. Well, Hudson has walked and grounded out, singled, and hit a fly ball to right field that Jack Cust dropped for an error. Derek Barton finishing up for Jason Giambi. Off the plate, 1-1. Orlando checking with Larry Boa to see if the bunt's on or not. Hudson has sacrificed twice this year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gets the bunt in the air. The old story, normally when you come to the 9th inning and you're at home, you play to tie. You try for the sacrifice of the base hit. On the road, you play to win because the other club has the last say. But Hudson can't get the bunt down. Big out. And the batter Loney has walked, fouled out to third, grounded to short, and popped up. So Orlando thoroughly frustrated, 1 away. Loney has made 2 dazzling defensive plays on line drives. A little pop fly, curling foul. Hanahan makes a good play, especially for a team on the road. So the Dodgers, with their great record of 12-1 in 1-run games, are right on the edge of losing their second. Standing in the way is Casey Blake. So the Dodgers got a break on the leadoff single by Percall. But let's face it, if the A's had not played fast and loose with the ball tonight, the Dodgers would be trailing by more than 1. Blake walked, rounded to short, reached on an error, single to left. Scored 1. And a strike. Kuroda, Leach, Mota, and Belisario. Cahill, Springer, Breslow, Ziegler, and Bailey. Cahill can still win it. That's another strike. 0-2 the count to Casey Blake. Looks like Bob Guerin might even be calling the pitches. One and 2 the count. Was Guerin accustomed to using hand signals? He was a catcher. He'll watch Suzuki. 1-2. Fouled away. Five runs, 9 hits, 3 big errors for Oakland. 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Dodgers. Ground ball to the hole. Hanahan is up with it, throws just in time at second, and the game is over. So despite their 3 errors, the A's hang on, win 5-4, and give the 21-year-old Trevor Cahill a victory. His record is 4-5. Home runs by Rajay Davis and a big one by Jack Cust with a man aboard. So it's 5 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors. And the Dodgers 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Tomorrow night, Vin Mazzaro and Rand